Hello, 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 and welcome to another episode of our Icenia Rises and then potentially Icenia Falls campaign. We are the glorious nation of Albion, and we are the glorious empire of Albion, although our empire does not stretch near as far as it once did. At one point, we went all the way from the Irish coast to the central steppes of Ukraine. Today, however, we are fighting back a huge civil war, a huge rebellion. We have retaken all of our territory in Britain, as well as Ireland, and today, well, in the last couple episodes, we have been fighting to reclaim a foothold on the continent. Now, we do have a couple things going our way. First of all, most importantly, they have very little manpower, and they originally started this war out with 460 cohorts. However, they don't have the manpower to sustain that, so we are actually taking some victories, and in those victories, we are destroying a lot of their cohorts. And they just flat out don't have the manpower to build more. They can build about 1,000 men per month, as can we. So we're in decent shape there. We also have a large amount of reserves here in Britain. So I'm actually thinking I'm going to find some of those mercenaries. You're mercenaries. And let's go ahead and bring you down to Brennivunum. And let's go ahead. Ooh, actually, let's put you in these boats. Take you out of these boats, let's put you in these boats, and let's move this army of mercenaries to the fight. We have had a couple major victories in the last episode where we, despite losing a fight, I believe it was here in Ritumagus, and being forced to retreat back to kind of where we are making our beachhead. We are building fort after fort here in Corellium. The idea being that it will be almost impossible for them to retake Corellium, and that even if we are pushed out of Gaul, we can land armies via our superior navy as they try to assault a very, very high fort level fortification. We'll have to see how that plan goes. We are currently in the midst of retreating some mercenaries that we just hired out of Brittany. We will probably go ahead and move them for now just back home until they get their morale back up. We could begin to push farther south again. I think it's important that we try not to lose any of the forts that we have built or are building. Unfortunately, this fortification did actually finish while we were fighting in our most recent kind of stretch of battle, so I am actually going to go ahead and try to take it back. I think it's very important that we maintain as many ports as possible. Also, this is just a settlement, so I was actually thinking about trying to build another multiple fort city. We'll have to see, though. To kind of counteract some of the weight of the fortresses I'm building, I might try to delete some forts. Like here in Ireland, I don't necessarily see a reason for that fortress. Now the downside here is, unless we can take this in a hurry, which they only have 500 men, you know what, I'm actually just going to move this army straight in, and we're actually going to go ahead and assault that fort. I know that may not be the best of plans. No, you know what? Move that army in, and we're going to go ahead and assault that fort. Now, only the archers are going to be able to... You're already black flagged. Let's go ahead and just move all of these armies into this province. If we're going to fight it, let's make this a fight. Including these 21,000 men. It does think we're going to win this. We are going to take heavy casualties, unfortunately. They have the tactics advantage. Let's see. We could probably change that right here. What tactic are they using? They are using shock action? No, they're using bottleneck. And unfortunately, yeah, so let's see. What's good against bottleneck? Bottleneck is the turtle, so skirmishing, let's move skirmishing in. See if we can... No, yeah, yes, we did take They are now suffering from the tactics disadvantage. And we are going to relatively easily win that fight. They're going to lose a couple thousand more men than we did. Not a problem whatsoever. Alright, here in this fortress, I am going to go ahead with 15,000 archers. Archers are good at sieging forts, same as light infantry. So I'm going to go ahead and order that assault. Let's see if we can take it in a hurry. We're definitely going to lose some men, but we actually do capture the fort. So that is huge. We want to make sure that we actually leave this army here, I think, so that they don't get any bright ideas about trying to recapture it. Let's also go ahead and connect our supply lines via this road. They are going to almost be stack wiped. And in fact, they might be stack wiped right here. Yes, indeed they were. Oh, buddy. Alright, so for those of you who haven't been paying super attention to some of the earlier episodes, specifically the earlier episodes before we actually found ourselves in this revolt, we had a pretender problem. And our pretender wanted the throne more and had garnered up quite a bit of support in the court, as well as among our governors, as I'm sure one can tell by the relatively large scale of a rebellion we had. Well, this was our pretender. This was the man. Emmanuetius, however you want to pronounce his name. I'm going to call him Ema. Ema here, Ema Sonoris. Hold on. Sorry, need just a quick swig of water. Ema here was the man who started this whole thing because people wanted him to be emperor of the Albion Empire over our great heir, who is currently king. He cannot be allowed to live. He just can't. He is the reason this whole thing started, and as he is dragged in front of the court in Ventum, the emperor has decided that he must pay with his life. He is dead. If only that had happened many months ago, or many years ago at this point, maybe, just maybe, this whole bloody conflict could have been averted. I'm going to go ahead and get national slave output right now. I'm having decent luck with my loyalty, with my general loyalty at the moment. Although you're not loyal. Yeah, don't want to put you in charge. I'm having decent luck with my loyalty at the moment. So I think for now, I am just going to go ahead and... Oop, we're going to lose that fight. What happened here? Can I retreat? No, I can't. Oh! No, that was a different army. But we stack wiped some more of their cohorts. They are going to defeat us. They don't get the stack wipe though, so... Or maybe they did. Let's take a look at... They have 278 cohorts, so they are still struggling. Let's take a look at their leader. Alright, so I know for sure have executed a Mandoni family member, so he's probably not too happy with me. Sinorix Mandoni, he is their... he is the false emperor. We will make sure that by the end of this dastardly rebellion, he has also been put down. I'm going to go ahead and bring these 21,000 men into the fight. There's no reason for them to sit here anymore. Excellent. We have taken out another one of their ships. Again, as long as they... Oh, wow. They have 61 ships. If they ever won control of the Mediterranean, we would be in a lot of trouble. So we really need to figure out... Well, we really need to make sure that they do not take control... Did I say of the Mediterranean? I mean of the, what I'm calling the Icenia Channel. If they take control of the Icenia Channel, we are in a lot of trouble. they've been going on a big boat building campaign. Well, we can do that too. I wonder where their fleet is. I think I'm actually going to go ahead and build another fort here. Again, unfortunately, just kind of the way I'm playing this game is very much a bite and hold type philosophy where I'm trying to grab a little bit of territory, build a fortress if I don't capture one. You know what? I'll go ahead and get this woman out of our lands. I'm trying to build a fortress if I can't capture one. And if I can do that, well, then I'm going to try not to give up any more territory. Looks like they're going to move 30,000 men in to fight us here. That's going to be a devastating blow to them because they're going to fight us in the forest. We're going to make sure that we can move plenty of soldiers in as well. And, alright, looks like they have another 8,000 men coming in. Let's go ahead and move us all. Unfortunately, neither side has a tactics advantage. We, however, are going to outnumber them by the end of this, I do believe. Yes, indeed. This should be a pretty costly victory, or hopefully a pretty safe victory. Alright, so we're taking relatively even numbers. Actually, I think they're coming out on top. We're going to destroy another one of their boats. That's perfect. So unfortunately, even though we are the defenders, they are doing a number on our army. And indeed actually may take less casualties than us. No, we did quite a bit more casualties, about 5,000 more, so that actually doesn't turn out so bad. Let's go ahead and just keep moving soldiers in, as well as trying to take some territory. Looks like we're going to win a minor victory. Where was that fight? I guess they just retreated very quickly. Ooh, and check that out. We have stack wiped their army. That's a huge blow. And we have captured another one of their generals. Who are you? You are the general and wife of the governor of Italia. Oh my goodness, what have they taken here? Oh my gosh, look. Good, I mean, good for the Britannic Revolt. That's going to make things harder for me, because I'm going to have to take that territory as well. Well, you know what happens, right? Although my tyranny is getting kind of high, basically that's hurting my general and governor loyalty. You know what? I'm not super worried about that right now. It's also helping my national slave output. Let me go ahead and get the Omen power up as a little bit. National manpower up. That'll help me regain a little bit. Hold triumph cost. I think I'm going to be holding some triumphs soon because my men are... Well, they just deserve it, you know. Naval morale recovery as well. Again, we have plenty of cash. We're making plenty of money. And I'm actually relatively happy with how this is going. Ooh, would you look at this? I see a large fleet on the horizon. Let's go ahead and see if we can take it down. We have captured another general. She is only 22. She probably didn't have a ton to do with the actual rebelling of her people. She just joined. So I could think about showing a little bit of amnesty towards her and either releasing or flogging her. Oh, and she's... Oh, she's my friend. Oh. Alright, so she is my friend, but unfortunately, I think I'll be seen as corrupt if I spare my friend. Maybe I'll just have her flogged. She'll lose some loyalty. She's fairly loyal to me. I could release her. No. I also don't want her escape prison. Alright, so she unfortunately has to die as well. I do need to start watching out for my tyranny. It's not ticking down super fast. I know there's ways that I can make it tick down faster, like inventions and whatnot, but I just haven't really been thinking about that too much. And again, they're going to lose quite a bit. Also, that was a major blow for the enemy's forces because she is a 10 marshal general. That is not necessarily easy to come by. I think I'm actually going to go through and destroy like the marketplace as well as the tax office and instead come in and build 2 fortresses in Tragoritum, just because I have a feeling that I'm going to need to make sure that a lot of these lands stay in my control. Meanwhile, this is huge. I need to definitely sink this fleet. So how can I catch it? They are very, very strong. A marshal of 12. It looks like I will catch it. It still thinks that they're going to win. They have a tactics advantage. You have a marshal of 8. So let's see. Their tactic is close ranks. Let's bring you in with something that's good against close ranks. Perhaps naval envelopment. Question is, will you get there in time? Oh, this wasn't even close. I don't know what the game was thinking. We are going to dominate and send their fleet packing. They lost 5 ships. We lost 1 ship. It actually gained a ship. So that was actually a pretty decent little fight we had there. Unfortunately, we were not able to get that decisive naval victory that we really needed or wanted. But we at least do not relinquish control of the seas quite yet. Meanwhile, we do still have to focus on the engagements on the land. They seem to have backed off. Are they fighting other wars? Yeah, so they're fighting a bunch of other wars. I wonder if they are having to, like, move troops south. In the meanwhile, they just don't have the manpower. And again, they started out with about 460 cohorts in this fight. So yeah, things are at the moment looking actually pretty decent considering we lost so much territory so quickly. Our juggernaut of an army is really coming through for us. I'll tell you what, having that large economy to go out and hire just mercenaries whenever I needed them has been huge. I think I'm just going to bribe this guy. Go ahead and make him loyal to me. Oh, that was a dumb move, because look at how much loyalty he loses per month. And what is his job? Well, that was a dumb move. I just don't like having so many people disloyal. Tell you what, this is definitely a great example of a total war, and I kind of love it. I do. If we get to 100% war score, do we automatically win, or do we have to just go out and siege every single province down? I'm kind of down for either or, man. Let's go ahead and just try to take as much territory as possible. Ooh! Here's their fleet again. Can we catch it? Ooh, can we trap it here in Mare Britannicum? We definitely need to catch their fleet. I think they're going to be able to get away from us. Ooh, it looks like we're going to take this fight. Let's go ahead and move them all in. Yeah, this is going to be a relatively decent fight. We have the heavier ships. It appears that they are going to retreat away, and we are easily going to win this fight. Ooh, buddy. They only have one ship remaining. So, a little while ago, we were worried, concerned that they were maybe going to challenge us on the sea. They built over 60 ships. No, it appears that our navy is actually quite strong when push comes to shove. Excellent work on their part. Just, all in all, a very, very good showing from all of our armed forces. I actually am going to go ahead, and I might regret this later, but I'm going to go ahead and cancel one more fort. So this is just going to be a fort level 3. That's still going to be a very difficult nut to crack. The only reason I'm doing that is because I don't necessarily know if I'm ever going to have to retreat back here. I assumed that they were going to come and push me out. But no, at this point, I'm just not sure if they have the manpower or the will to do that. In the meantime, this is a fort that I myself built. These both are forts that I myself built. I would like to go ahead and take both of them, please. Take both of them back, I mean. The Icenia channel is still mine. Ooh, look at you. 24,000 men. What are you doing up here? Or 24,000... 24 boats, excuse me. What are you doing up there? In the meantime, I think I am going to go ahead and use one of these fleets to transfer yet another group of mercenaries to the mainland. There's no reason why not. Oh, are you disloyal to me now? No. Okay, I don't know. Oh, I guess I maybe still had the Navy selected. Ooh, that is huge. We're going to gain 10 stability. That's really going to help us out a lot. We do have some low food situations. Let's go ahead and just import some grain. And maybe some fish as well. We have plenty of fish. It's going to put us back up in the positive. I guess you could also do with some livestock. As well as maybe some fish. Perfect. They're going to march in with more of their armies. You know what? At this point, tell them to bring it on. They must have hired some mercenaries, some like pirate mercenaries, because 53 ships is a lot more than 32. I don't know if they just had those like ready and waiting, but I thought we had pretty much pushed them out of naval contention, but it looks like they are making a concerted effort to try to, well, stay in the fight, if you will. We're going to win that siege. That's going to be huge for us. This coastal fort, it's going to be a hard one to beat. However, I think... no, I'm not I was thinking about maybe assaulting the fort. I don't think I'm going to. At this point, we need all of our ships in the fight. I'm going to go ahead and move you back to hunt fleets. Alright, so they're coming in with everything they got. So let's go ahead and the second they are movement locked, we'll move all of these to that fight. That's going to be a tough one. We'll see if we get there in time. And all of these armies here. So we are just collapsing our lines onto their advancing armies. They're actually going to go ahead and decide that they don't want that fight after all. So So we're going to hold, but I'm actually going to go ahead and just move some men back. Let's get this ready. Meanwhile, this is definitely a fight we still want to try to reinforce. We are going to be the defenders. You know what I can probably do? Okay, so it's going to be close. I don't think we're going to get there in time, so we're going to take a loss here, I believe. So we do take a loss, but we take relatively even losses, so I'm actually going to keep on... No. That's a shame. Alright, so we're going to take a loss there. That's alright. Let's go ahead and make sure we win here. That should be a pretty easy fight. We are also doing more damage to them than they're doing to us. Tell you what, we just need our men to reinforce, and indeed they do. That's going to turn that fight into a huge win for us. At this point, I really think that our retaking of the... Gosh, yeah, alright. So I get it, this is definitely not World War II, but it does give me very strong... like Operation Overlord vibes in World War II, where we invaded into Normandy, we tried to make a breakout, we had to like set up a bunch of forts. Well, I guess the Allies didn't really set up a line of fortifications, but this is they instead were trying to stay pretty mobile. But yeah, and so we're just attempting the breakout. Once we beat back their like solid pushback, they really didn't have an answer for us. They were being attacked on the other side of their empire, although here it's actually in the south. Let's see, are they still at war with Carthage? Just give me some strong World War II type vibes. We are going to at least push this army back, so that's going to be a victory. We definitely wanted that. They're going to lose more men than we do. That's all that we care about right now. This is definitely, at this point, a war of attrition. Oh, I didn't even realize I had these 21,000 men way at the northern tip of Scotland. Let's go ahead and move them into position to come down and help us out a little bit. I'll move them... You know what? I'll move them here. I guess I could just keep pushing down the coastline with these three armies, but I'm a little worried about them getting too far away from the rest of our forces. So let's go ahead and just move them back kind of towards the center of our lines. I'm okay retreating. That's why I'm building all these fortresses everywhere. In fact, I should probably go ahead and maybe build a fortress somewhere decent. This is forested. Building a fortress there. I built a fortress there. Maybe another one here, although that one's a pretty easy one for them to retake, potentially. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. That's perfect. We need to take out their ships whenever possible. Let's see. I might want to... Yeah, let's bring both of these armies in there. I think we're going to win that without bringing in additional reinforcements. Taking this city is huge. Taking, I guess, Calais is huge. So I'm going to go ahead and destroy a bunch of buildings. Let's destroy the Forum. Let's destroy the training camp. Let's go ahead and build 2 forts. I might actually come in and build more later. We would definitely want to make sure we hold Calais. We are going to do some fighting. It looks like we're going to win this, but I'm going to go ahead and move some troops in just to be sure. As well as these guys are going to come this way. Alright, looks like something trade-related happened. You're continuing to take territory. Yeah, we're going to win this fight. Definitely. They lost 10,000 men. Perfect. Would love a nice little stack wipe at some point. Uniform regulations. Good. He gets discipline. Perfect. They lost another 15,000, almost 16,000 men. Perfect. Looks like the game isn't sure who's going to win this fight, so I'm going to go ahead. They're already movement locked in, so I'm going to go ahead and move these 21,000 men in as well. We are easily going to take this, though. Isn't even a problem, even with the tactics disadvantage. Our armies are just too strong for them at this point. Excellent work. They lost about double the amount of men we did. Let's go ahead and just back up, make sure we don't take too much attrition. The fact that we're relying on mercenaries so heavily is definitely helping our manpower situation, whereas their manpower situation is actually regaining too, so we seem to have kind of hit this point where neither side is gaining or losing anything on from the manpower perspective. But the question is, but the reality is, we are gaining back our territory. And that's huge. That's huge. Where are you guys going? I get it. I told them to hunt fleets, but I don't want them going all the way to the Mediterranean. So I'm going to go ahead and just bring them back. I definitely don't... If they built a huge navy in the Mediterranean, that doesn't really matter to me that much, because what I'm worried about is what they have in the Icenia channel, as I'm calling it. Let's go ahead and move these 44,000, these 44 ships back to Brano Dunham. We unfortunately are going to take a much more even fight here. We do still win. Alright, so some people are declining offers to give us livestock. Alright. I guess that's okay. We are again continuing to take valuable territory away from them. So this Gaulish territory right here, this was the... Well, I guess maybe there's a population map mode. Yeah, so this Gaulish territory right here was the most civilized and most populous. I don't think that they could hold us... They can't hold the current pace that they are making, both monetarily and also manpower-wise, if they only own this kind of far-out land. So if I can take their heartland in here, I'm in really good shape to hold them back. They are not, you know, a migratory tribe that can just keep spamming troops at us. They're basically an empire. An empire that, well... used to be mine, and it will be again. I'm feeling pretty good about the way this war is going. I wouldn't mind if we could maybe get a few more stack wipes, though. That's for sure. We are about to cut their nation in two. Doing that would be huge. And is that Carthage I see? It is. So Carthage actually has made an appearance. They are having to fight back us in the north and Carthage in the south. If Carthage takes some of the Gaulish territory, I'm actually not super upset by that. And once again, the Persian major power of Icenia doesn't want to give us livestock. I guess that's fine. I didn't realize I was asking for livestock. Alright. You're all white flags, so you're all retreating. Okay. I would love to go ahead and be able to jump on some of these retreating armies. Let's get these stack wipes, please. Send you here. Let's completely take the rest of this whole province. Looks like they're all retreating to this territory. It's in the forest. We're going to take a river crossing penalty. I'm going to go ahead, though, and try to bring in all my men into the fight. So they're going to move out. That's okay. Again, they don't want to give us livestock. That's fine. So this is actually even better, because they're not going to be full morale. Yeah, they're not going to be full morale. They're going to attack. They're going to attack into the forest, and we have men coming that direction. This is perfect. This is going to be fine. Except for these 23,000 men, this is going to be fine. We're going to be okay. We have men marching that way. You guys will definitely get there late, but I'm going to go ahead and bring you in as well. This is going to be a huge fight, I believe. In the meanwhile, let's actually officially cut them in half. Let's go ahead and maybe start building a fortress here. Actually, let's go ahead and build it here. Meanwhile, these three armies will continue on their rampage. Alright, so if we can hopefully win this fight in a hurry, I don't think we'll have any real problems. I'd love a sack wipe or two. We're going to do a ton of damage in both of these fights. They are going to bring more men in, but we have more men as well. We are victorious in Bagacum. And they're going to move in to also reinforce. So this is huge. They're taking tremendous losses. We can do better than that, though. We can do better than that. Alright, so we, in fact, did win. They lost 15,000 men. And it looks like they may actually take another fight. Yeah, this is definitely going to be a stack wipe. But these 14,000 men coming in, they're marching in against their will, I believe, at this point. Okay, so not a stack wipe, but still a devastating blow. They lost 3,000 men. I guess I can stop all these men from continuing in. The Minister of Excellence... Oh, Minister of Excellence is going to give us an additional 10% national tax income. And with that resounding victory, I'm going to have to say, we are coming along. We have exactly... What? So I guess we have a little over 20 years left in, or a little, around 30 years, so exactly 30 years, I believe, left. Game ends in 727, so we have 30 years to try to retake all our territory. That is where I'm going to have to end it for now, though. I hope you're enjoying the series. If you are, hit me up on that like button, hit me up on that subscribe button, and I will see you, as they say, in the next one.